And now for something completely different, Void. So, during my first week moving in here, it was a little stressful moving in, so needed something light. So, cracked open my big box of Abbott and Costello. So far I've only reviewed one film from my big box, and that was Hold That Ghost, which was a little while ago now. Which was a movie I loved when I was a kid, so I was quick to, as soon as I picked up this big box, watch that one like immediately. But there's a lot of other ones in here, including many ones I have never seen, so away we will go. I don't know how quick I'm going to get to all of these, but I'll get along on there. And I went with one of the earliest Abbott and Costello ones, the first one with their starring one. So not the first one in this collection, but perhaps the second. And that's 1941's Buck Privates, which, despite playing a bit like military propaganda, was actually pretty funny. So, uh, Abbott and Costello played two Thai salesmen that keep operating on a street corner without a license. Upon being accosted by the police, they run into an army recruiter, which they mistake for a movie theater, and join the army. And, well, and then it's pretty much about their shenanigans in the army. But at the same time, a whole other plotline is going on between this rich boy who got drafted and is now going in and determined to have his father get him out, his former servant who quit and also joined the military, and the girl that's kind of between them who Rich Boy is obsessed with and is an old friend of the former servant. So that's a whole lot of triangles going on, which the boys, App and Costello, interact with a little bit here and there every once in a while, but it's more like two separate things going on at once. There'll be this weird love triangle romantic comedy, and then Abbott and Costello's shenanigans going off onto the side. So there's like almost a disconnect between the two, which, if they'd blended it a little bit better, I think it would have been a bit better. But alas, they didn't. At the same time, it is pretty funny. The comedy does land more often than not. And pretty much throughout the film, it's mostly the Rich Pratt not getting why he isn't, then trying to win the girl, wondering why she thinks he's an ass, and trying to fit in after he realizes his father isn't getting him out. While Evan Costello just keep grifting. I will also note, this is kind of a musical, particularly with how many songs the Andrews sisters include in there. So it does break out into song every once in a while. So be ready for that. I wasn't quite prepared. I mean, for Hold That Ghost, there's like a song at the beginning and a song at the end, but this one, well, it kind of caught me off guard with how much singing there was in it. But overall, I did really enjoy it. It's definitely a time capsule for way back when. I mean, 1941. So, older ones like this are definitely kind of harder to rate because production values and standards were a lot different back then. But I'm just the storyline is very basic. It's mostly an excuse for the boys to do some of their comedy routines, but it works. It's funny. It's not too long even. So it's a fun quick sit. I give it a good 7 MacGuffins. I know Buck Privates is one of their popular ones, but overall, I did enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else on it. It's pretty much, if you want to have Costello spoofing, trying to join the army, the comedy does literally write itself, and they take full advantage of it. Also, Shemp Howard has a small role in here also. It's one of those characters where as soon as you see it, it's like trying to place where I knew him from. So, yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. I believe he's the chef in this, and gets involved in a musical number. Oh. The songs are definitely a bit dated, and some of them are annoyingly catchy. Looking at you, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. But it's an interesting time capsule. I've got another one from this box that I watched relatively recently, so there'll be another review from here coming up, but, well, we'll get to that later. As always, thank you for joining me, Void, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Probably pretty soon. Got a lot more of these to do. See you then.